Welcome to all. In the last session, we have to discuss about the Ethernet. In this Ethernet, there are the varieties of Ethernet. We have to study in the fast Ethernet, and you have to see the 10 giga Ethernet, mega Ethernet, and so on. And today's we have to discuss about the full duplex Ethernet. The full duplex mode increases the capacity of each domain from the 10 to 20 Mbps. Instead of using one link between the station and the switches, the configuration uses two links, one to transmit, the another to receive. No need to the CSMA and CD. In full duplex switched Ethernet, there is no need to the CSMA CD method. Each station is connected to the switch via two separate links. Each station or switch can send and receive the independently without worrying about collision. Each link is a point-to-point dedicated path between the station and the switches. There is no longer to need to carrier sensing. There is no longer to need for collision detection. The job of MAC layer become much easier. The carrier sensing and collision detection functionalities of the MAC sublayer can be turned off. MAC control layer. To provide the flow of error control in a full duplex switch Ethernet, a new sublayer called the MAC control is added between the local link layer control, nothing but LLC sublayer and the MAC sublayer. The next one is the fast Ethernet, that is called as the 10 Mbps. Is create a fast internet under the name of the 802.3U. The fast Ethernet was designed to compete a LAN protocol such as the FDDI or the fiber channel. The goal of the fast internet is upgrade the data rate to 100 Mbps, make it compatible with the standard Ethernet, keep the same 48-bit address, keep the same as the frame format, keep the same as the minimum and the maximum frame length. The access method is the same as the standard Ethernet, only the star topology is used. For the star topology, there are the two choices. In the half duplex approach, the stations are connected via the hub. In the CSMA or CD was used in the access method. In the full duplex approach, the connection is made via the switch with the buffet at the each port. There is no need to CSMA CD. And a new feature added to the fast Ethernet is called as the auto negotiation. It provides a station or the hub with a range of the capabilities. It was used to the following purposes: to allow two devices to negotiable to made or data rate of operation, to allow the incompatible devices to connect one another. For example, the device was the maximum capacity of the 10 Mbps can communicate with the device with the 100 Mbps capacity. To allow one device is to have a multiple capabilities. To allow a station to check the hub capabilities. The next one is a physical layer. A physical layer of the fast Ethernet. The physical layer of the fast Ethernet is more complicated than the one in standard Ethernet. In the sum of the feature of these layer is as follows: the topology and implementation and the encoding. The topology, the fast Ethernet is used to connect two or more stations together. If there is only two stations, they can connect it to point to point. If there is a three or more station, they can be connected to the star topology with the hub to at the center. See, let us see how in the example. First is the point to point topology, and second one is the star topology. The implementation of the fast Ethernet can be classified into two wire or the four wire implementation. First, let us see the first one, the two wire implementation use. The category is the 5U UTP, nothing but the 100 base TX, or the fiber optic cable, nothing but the 100 base FX. In the 5 wire implementation use, the category of the 3 UTP. They are the 100 base TX, the 100 base FX and 100 base T4. Medium you have to use the UTP fiber and UDP also. And the encoding of that one, there is a three different encoding scheme. The 100 base TX is used to pair twisted pair cable, either the category of the 5 UTP or the STP. In the MLT3 encoding scheme is used for the implementation. There is because the MLT3 has a good bandwidth performance. However, 4B and 5B block coding is used to provide bit synchronization. There is because the MLT3 is not a self-synchronous line coding scheme. The 4B and 5B coding create a data rate of 125 Mbps, which is fed into MLT3 for encoding. 100 base FX. This use a two pair of fiber optic cable. Optical cable can easier handle high bandwidth requirements. The NRZ-I encoding scheme is used for the implementation. However, the 4B and 5B block coding is used to provide bit synchronization. This is because NRZ-I is not a self-synchronous line coding scheme. 4B 5B encoding increases the bit rate from 100 to 125 Mbps, which is easier to handle by the fiber optic cable. 100 base 4 T4. The use 4 pair UTP for transmitting the 100 Mbps. Each UTP cannot easier handle more than 25 Mbps. The one pair switch between the sending and receiving. 3 pair UTP can handle a 75 bonds. Is each encoding and decoding is more complicated. We need an encoding scheme that convert a 100 Mbps to 75 single. Its requirement is satisfied by the 8B or 60. The 8BR60 encoding scheme is used for implementation. The 8 data elements are encoded as 6 signal elements. This means that 100 Mbps used only a 6 or 8 into 100 Mbps. You have to see in the figure of the UTP category 5 and 2 twisted wire and 4 category of the 3 UTP. Next one is Gigabit Ethernet. In the Gigabit Ethernet, the IEEE created the Gigabit Internet under the name of 802.3Z. The goal of the Gigabit Internet is upgrade the data the rate of 1 Mbps, make it compatible with the standard or the fast Ethernet, using the same 48-bit address, use the same frame format, keep the same minimum and the maximum for frame lengths to support the auto negotiation as defined as the fast Ethernet. The MAC sublayer. The Gigabit Ethernet has two distinctive approaches for the medium access, half duplex and the full duplex. Almost all implementation of the Gigabit Ethernet follow the full duplex approach. The full duplex mode, there is a central switch connected to all computer or other switches. Each switches has buffer for each input port in which data are stored until they are transmitted. There is a no collision. This means that the CSMA CD is not used. Lack of collision implies that the maximum length of the cable is determined by a single signal attention in the cable and not by the collision detection process. Half duplex mode, the switch is replaced by a hub which acts as the common cable in which a collision might occur. The CSMA or CD is used. The maximum length of the network is totally depend on the minimum frame size. Three method has been defined: traditional, cadre extension, and the frame busting. Traditional. Like traditional Ethernet, the minimum length of the frame is 512 bits. However, because the length of the bit is 1 by 100 shorter, slot time is 512 bits into 1 by 1000 gigasecond, which is equal to 0.512 gigasecond. Is reduced. A slot time means that collision is detected 100 times earlier. The maximum length of the network is 25 meter. This length may be suitable in if all the station is one room. The carrier extension. To allow the longer network, we increase the minimum frame length. The minimum length of the frame is 512 bytes. Thus, the minimum length is 8 times longer. The station adds the extension bit to any frame that is less than 4096 bits. The maximum length of the network is 200 meter. The length from the hub to the station is 100 meters. Frame busting. Carrier extension is very inefficient if we have a series of short frame to send each frame carrier redundant data. To improve the efficiency of frame busting was proposed. Instead of adding an extension to each frame, multiple frame are sent. However, to make these multiple frame look like one frame, padding is added between the frame. Thus, the channel is not idle. And the physical layer. The physical layer gigabit Ethernet is more complicated than the standard or the fast Ethernet. The same feature of these layers are as follows: the topology and implementation and encoding. The topology. Gigabit Ethernet is used to connect two or more stations together. If there is only two stations, they can connected in point to point. If there is a three or more stations, they are connected star topology with a hub at center. And the implementation, gigabit Ethernet can be classified in either two wire and the four wire implementation. The two wire implementation is used fiber optic cable or the STP. The four wire implementation is used category 5 twisted pair cables. What about the encoding of the gigabytes? The two wire implementation. The NRZ encoding scheme is used two wire implementation. However, the 8B and 10B block encoding is used to provide a bit synchronization. This is because NRZ is not a self-synchronous line encoding scheme. 8B 10B coding creates a data rate of 1.25 gigabits. One wire is used for sending, the another wire is used for receiving. Four wire implementation. In this is not possible to have two wire for the input and two wire is the output. This is each wire would need to carry the 100 Mbps, which is extended capacity for the category 5 UTP. As solution of the 4D PAM5 encoding is used to reduce the bandwidth. Thus, all four wires are involved both input and output. Each wire carries the 250 megabits, which is the range of category of the 5 UTP capability. The next one is the 10 gigabit Ethernet. The IEEE creates a 10 gigabit Ethernet is under the name is 802.3AE. Goal of the gigabit Ethernet upgrade the data rate is 10 Mbps. make it compatible with the standard fast and gigabit Ethernet, use the same 48-bit address, use the same as the frame format, keep the same is the minimum and maximum frame length, allow the interconnection to existing the LAN and the MAN or the WAN. Make the Ethernet compatible and technology such as the frame is really as the ATM. Implementation. The 10 gigabyte Ethernet is operate only in a full duplex mode. This means there is a no need to contention of the CSMA or the CD is not used. For implementation is used the most common. Yeah, you see in the table. The first one is the 10 gigabyte base SR is the medium is fast 850 PM. The second one is a 10 G base LR, it is a fiber 1310 nm, and 10 GB base EV, the fiber 1350 AM, and 10 GB base X4, the fiber is 1310 nm, as you see in the table. The next one is the architecture comparison of the wire LAN. What is then that one? First one is the medium. Let us see the one by one. The medium host isolated LAN. The medium is the wire LAN. We can use the wire to connect the host. In a switch LAN, the link layer switch that communicate between the host to point and the full duplex, that is called as an bidirectional. In the wireless LAN and the medium is the air signal is generated as the broadcast. When the host in a wireless LAN communicate with each other, they are sharing the same medium connection. The host of the wire LAN, the host is always connected to its network at the point with fixed link layer address related to its network and infrared card, that is called as, we are also called as an NIC, the network interface card. Of course, the host can move from one point to the internet to the another point. In wireless LAN, the host is not physically connected to the network. It can move freely and can use the service provided by the network. Therefore, mobile in a network or the wire network and the wireless network are totally different issues. The isolated LAN, a wire isolated LAN is set of host connected via the link layer switch as you seen in the figure. And the wireless isolated LAN called as an ad hoc network. In the wireless LAN terminology is set of the host that communicate freely with each other. The concept of the link layer switch does not exist in the wireless LAN. The connection to the other network in the wired LAN can be connected to other network or the internet using the routers. The wireless LAN may be connected to a wire infrastructure network to a wireless infrastructure network or the another wireless LAN. In this case, wireless LAN is referred to the infrastructure network and connected to the wired infrastructure such as the internet is done via the Ethernet and ESS used by the two situations. And in the two situations are the communication between the AP and the wireless host connected occurs in the wireless environment. Second one is the communication between the AP and the infrastructure occurs in the wire environment. The attenuation is the strength of the electromagnetic signal decreases rapidly because the signal is depressed in all the direction. Only a small portion of it reaches to the receiver. The situation becomes worse with the mobile sender that operate on better and the normal to have a small power suppliers. And the error. Error is the detection is the more serious issue in the wireless network than the wire network. If the SNR are high, it means that signal is strength than the noise. So we have able to convert the signal to the actual data. When the SNR is low, it means that the signal is corrupted to the noise to the data cannot be recovered. In the next section, we have to see the station type of the MAC sublayer as well as the DFS, and next one is the network allocation vector. Hope you have to understand this session.